Grow stronger with determination. Season 3 is kicking off, and we have Fuegoleon Vermilion as a attacker, red attacker unit there.
Charlotte Rosalie, captain of the Blue Rose Knights.
Damn right, we got Charlotte. Everybody's been looking forward to her. An amazing supporter. We'll talk about her soon. Let's introduce our last unit.
Been a while since I found a worthy victim.
Kick it! It's Jack the Ripper, a green attacker. So, before we get into each individual unit and should you summon and all that good stuff, basically this, I mean, you can use whatever you want, kind of, sort of, for like, you know, player versus enemy, but this is really a strong PvP banner. So, let's go ahead and talk about these units. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and kick it off with Charlotte, because your Gateway of Reunion pick definitely should be Charlotte. The thing is, remember to do any summons you want to do first, and then pick your Gateway of Reunion character. That way, if you already started progress, you don't have to start over. So, most likely this should be your pick, unless you do all your summons first, and it's just crazy, and you max her out and whatever, and then probably pick Fuegoleon, is what I would suggest as your next pick for Gateway of Reunion. Should already have your key. Let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. So, the first thing to note is the passives, and with her skill page and all that. So, grants SP +1 upon taking damage, but this is where it's awesome. So, unlocks upon reaching LR and all that. So, if all allies have the technique attribute when the battle starts, it inflicts silence on all enemies for 1 turn. That's pretty strong, especially in PvP. So, counterattack, that's great to have. That is just very useful. She is going to have stronger attack than magic attack. There's her base stats, and then when you max it out to 100, she roughly has like 6,000 attack, and I want to say 2,000 magic attack, roughly in those areas. So, definitely going to build her for attack. So, having that counterattack skill, very cool. Ally with the highest all attack for 1 turn. So, a counterattack with the all attack. This is really good, skill 2, and this is where the skill page comes in. Grants all allies a 40% increased all attack buff for 2 turns. So increasing the all attack, giving somebody with the highest all attack for 1 turn, the counter attack, very strong. And then there, grants all allies a 60% chance to counterattack for 1 turn, and of course this goes up as you can see for each level. So very strong in the whole support unit of counterattacking and all counterattacking. So here we have combined attack, grants all allies a 12% reduced damage taken buff for 2 turns. So that's very strong as well and very good. So Charlotte's already looking just incredible. This skill page, you'll remember skill 2. So you're going to have that, and what it's going to do is grant all allies a total defense buff for 1 turn. So that's really good.
Grow stronger with determination.
Let's talk about Fuegoleon Vermilion. So this is an interesting character, and I want to say, even though he's not like high up on the ladder still in like, you know, KR and JP PvP meta, he's still really useful. Overall would considered like A tier, not even S or S plus. But when I look at his kit, I'm just like, wow, it's like really interesting. So you got 5% increased damage, burn, immortality for 1 turn upon having less than 30% HP 1 time per battle. So that's really interesting there. What I like, besides the whole burn thing, is this right here. He's got barrier removal, but he just doesn't have it on skill 2. And he also has it on like his special skill. So there's more barrier removal. Overall burn is like what he's all about, is barrier removals and burn. So very interesting unit. His special though is kind of interesting, and is probably why he's not rated as high, I would think still, is based on the continuous burn instances damage enemy is afflicted with, attacks after inflicting an increased damage taken debuff on self. And then you see this stacks here, 20%, 75%, 200%. So I do like the fact that he's got a lot of barrier removal. It's pretty cool. So I don't think he's a unit that's like totally useless, and obviously he's still decently used in PvP, so definitely a unit worth trying to get maybe through your summons, but Gateway of Reunion pick definitely should be Charlotte, unless, like I said, you summon first, max her out, then I would pick him second. As for his skill page, you got the burn damage, the removal of the barrier if they're taking the burn damage, inflicts continuous burn damage on 1 random enemies for 2 turns, and then of course the passive there.
Been a while since I found a worthy victim.
Alright, let's talk about Jack. So, we got Mr. Green Attacker Jack here. Miscalculation at the start of battle. 20% increased mobility buff upon taking damage, which is kind of interesting. He does have bleed, so I mean we don't have like any major like like there is a burn comp team, but we don't have like a, oh wow, we can have a bleed team. Like we don't really have anything to make a bleed team with. He seems interesting. When attacking an enemy who is taking continuous bleed damage, there's a 50% chance to inflict a stun. So that's kind of cool, except for it's a 50% chance. There's no way to up that chance. So it's just RNG coin flip. It's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. So having bleed, but also having the stun is kind of cool, but that could be hit or miss, especially in like PvP, things like that. So miscalculation, what is that? So when using a special skill, for each instance of miscalculation, inflicts an extra attack on a random target. So having an extra attack is cool, but the fact that it's random could totally not work in your favor. So that's kind of a downer to his kit. Does have increased penetration, 40%, which is cool, and that accuracy right there. So, interesting unit. We got special skill here. Inflicts an extra attack on random enemy, again, random enemy, for each instance of miscalculation, and then 80% of attack, magic attack. As you can see, his attacks can be better than his magic attack overall, so he'll be built for attack. And of course, here comes the stun. Inflicts that with status element on designated enemy for 1 turn. So we have random stuff happening, and then designated enemy stuff. So his kit's kind of a mess, but it's still got barrier removal with his combined attack, which is cool. And then you have that extra attack here, but it's on a random enemy. So that's the problem with Jack overall, I think. Alright guys, hopefully that was informative to you and also helped you out. If you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. And I'm going to do a summon video, so stay tuned for that. We'll put it in the next video because this one's already too long. So you guys remember to be well, be epic, take care, good luck on your pools. We'll see you soon.